Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Jan Dingase from Divine Living with Dingase, here to share my holistic healing and living journey with you. In a previous video, I already talked about why it is important to protect yourself spiritually, and this is just a follow-up video sharing just some of the tips that I do, some of the ritual routines, things that I do to keep myself spiritually protected. So let's get down to it. This channel is a holistic channel, which means that I do not only concentrate on the spiritual but also seeing how the spiritual, the mental, and the physical are all connected and are all needed to make something whole or to heal something truly. Meaning, even when it comes to spiritual protection, I cannot say that I'm protecting myself by only focusing on the spiritual aspect or only focusing on the mental aspect. I know that by combining all three into one, that ensures that I'm protected wholly, like fully, and each part of that protection, like it gives into the other, and the other gives, like, gets from it, like they just work together. The first things first, we're gonna look into physical protection. That looks like protecting our physical body and our physical environment, and that looks like so many things. Number one, it means cutting off people that may not be aligned with you, people who are toxic in your environment, whether that be romantic partners, family members, friends, siblings, whoever, people who are in your vicinity, in your environment, that are causing you distress, that are causing all these negative emotions to arise in your body. You're always arguing with them, they're always dimming your light, they drain you whenever you're around them, all those things. Sometimes it's important to cut those people off, or even just create some distance with them, so that you should be in a place where you feel safe in your physical environment. That could also look like not inviting certain people into your spaces. Your home is a sacred place, so you cannot just be having each and every person freely entering your home. You have to make sure that your home is a safe space for you. Physical protection could also look like protecting your own physical body from yourself sometimes, which means not indulging in food, in drinks, in habits that are harmful towards you. Like maybe doing something causes a very bad reaction within you and you continue doing it. It means that you are the one who's causing that harm onto yourself, and you need to find ways to cut off bad habits, find ways in reducing your dependence or not having any dependence on any substances, whether that be alcohol, whether that be cigarettes, weed, whatever that may look like. Generally, you have to be your own safe space. You have to be the basis of all safety. If you are not able to stay away from certain foods that you know you're allergic to, if you are not able to stay away from certain habits that you have that you know are harmful, then there's really no point in you trying to protect yourself spiritually, because you are like literally your own enemy in that sense of the word. So it all begins with you. Once you have that relationship with yourself where you know that you're a safe space for yourself, every other thing has no choice but to bow down and follow that same frequency as you do. Secondly, we're going to talk about mental protection. So when I think of mental protection, the first thing that comes to me is setting boundaries. I have learned that it's not about controlling other people's behaviors towards us, no, but it's about honoring the boundaries that we have created for ourselves through our own behaviors. So let me give an example of what I'm trying to say. If you tell yourself that I do not pick up calls after 22 hours, there's no way someone's gonna call you at 22 hours and you're gonna pick up the phone and say, you are disrespecting my boundaries, why are you calling me after 22? I don't talk to people after 22. No, that's you trying to control that other person's behavior. What you can do, if you set yourself that boundary of I will not pick up my phone after 22 hours. If someone calls you after 22 hours, you simply will not answer that call. You have to let your boundaries known to others, right? Okay, I do not pick up calls after 22. You put that out there, you let people know. And if someone that you have told this boundary goes ahead and calls you after 22, instead of you picking up that call and shouting at them and saying that they're crossing your boundaries, the thing that you can do is just simply not pick up that call. You get it? And if it's something that's so urgent, they will text it. Trust me, they will text it. Boundaries are a very good example of mental protection because they keep you protected from a lot of bullshit on a mental level, where you do not have to constantly be put in these uncomfortable spaces to talk to someone even when you're not ready for that kind of intensity. Even when you're not in the right headspace, you feel like, okay, let me just talk to them because you feel obligated. No, it also, you also have to protect yourself on a mental level. If you're going through something difficult mentally and you're not ready to like talk to people about it, or you're not ready to take up other people's issues, it's okay. You do not have to. It's important to find these ways of telling people, not in a rude way, of not and not ghosting them. Just let them know, like, okay, I'm not in the right space for this right now. I will get back to you when I'm ready. And in doing so, people will know before to come to talk to you about some heavy things. They will ask, like, hey, can I talk to you about this? Not simply just coming to trauma dump on you all the time, and you feeling like you're obligated to carry all that energy simply because maybe they're your family members or something. You need to create that safe space for yourself, even mentally. I'm so overwhelmed by bags, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so overwhelmed by bags, but it's okay. Let's get into spiritual protection while we are here today. So the first thing on my list is crystals. So when it comes to crystals, different crystals hold different energies and different frequencies. You can simply get crystals that are particularly made for spiritual protection, or you develop that interpersonal relationship with a particular crystal that you feel that you can use for spiritual protection. And what you're gonna do, have a crystal right here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna cleanse this crystal, and after you cleanse this crystal, you're gonna charge it. You can charge it using the sun energy, but I particularly like using the moon energy. And you charge it, and then now you can either put it in your bag, under your pillow, you can hold it while you meditate. So many different ways of using crystals. My personal favorite is making it into a necklace and wearing that wherever I go. That being said, we're gonna move into the second thing, an amulet. So an amulet is basically a piece of jewelry that you charge with a specific intention, and every time you wear it, that is the energy that it gives off, that that's gonna be sent out into the universe. So you can do that even with crystals, as I've mentioned, making it into a necklace and cleansing it, then charging it with a particular intention, and then whenever you wear it, that's the energy that will be exuded around you. And in terms of spiritual protection, you charge it with a particular intention of protection, and every time you go somewhere, it's protecting you, whether that be from physical harm or mental harm or spiritual harm. Amulets can also look like so many other things. They could be bracelets, they could be waist beads, they could be necklaces, they could be hair pieces, earrings, whatever that may look like. I particularly like to charge them with the moon energy, and a few consecrate them with a whole ritual where I particularly set a day to just consecrate a certain energy to that particular amulet, and it's gonna be so amazing. Like, that's like 10 out of 10. I recommend that for anybody who wants to be spiritually protected, because it's easy, it's cute, it's accessible, and you can just like wear it wherever you're going. You can also buy an amulet from someone who is a conjurer, or you can simply make one for yourself that has a very deep and personal meaning to you. The next thing on my list is a protection bath. I love baths. I love working with water, so that's definitely one of the ways that I always use to protect myself spiritually. They always start off with a cleansing bath because I believe in making a clean slate and then setting the intention for that particular bath. And there's so many different herbs and tools that you can use in your baths, oils, just everything that you can use in your bath to really put in that intention of protection. You get, ooh, a black cat. Hi, hi kitty. Hi. There are a lot of different herbs that you can use for spiritually protecting yourself that you can look up, and of course always create a personal relationship with that herb and see what works best for you. You can use different oils that are particularly charged with the intention of protection, and one of my favorite thing to always use is salt. Rock salt, pink Himalayan salt is amazing for only cleansing your energy but then taking away all that negativity away, but also protecting you from any future harm. The next thing I have on my list is candles. So with candles, you're working with the fire element. You can simply get a candle and you can scribble on it your petition, what intention you want, to have around that candle. You can get a piece of paper, write down your intention and put it under the candle and you burn the candle and it will finish. You can tie it around the candle. There's so many ways to go about using candles, but candles are one of the amazing ways that you can use to protect yourself spiritually. The next thing I have on my list is a spell jar. So with a spell jar, you get a tiny little bottle, glass, whatever it may look like, and you put different ingredients in that jar that have specifically that energy of protection. And as you're putting them in there, you're setting your intentions, you're saying a prayer, and you put it, you close it, you seal it. You can put it in your bag, you can put it in your house, you can put it wherever that you want to protect, wherever you want to protect, and that's so amazing to just set the energy for a particular space. Okay. The next thing I have here is moon rituals. I've talked about them when I talked about crystals and charging them, but generally moon rituals are very good for protection because the moon energy has this protective energy. Like when you think about the moon, it coincides with water, it coincides with the mother, and when you see this nurturing energy, the mother energy is an energy of protection. Like a mother is gonna protect its young by all means necessary, and that's why I like working with the moon, particularly for protection magic, because I just believe like it's gonna do the damn thing. So the last thing I have on my list is prayers. And with prayers, I consider this working with the air element as you are speaking, using your words, sending that energy out into the universe. You declare what you want. You say your petition, speak to your spirit guides, speak to the universe, speak to your higher self. When you say your prayers, when you say your petitions, you are literally changing the frequency of the universe, declaring that you are protected from any energy that may be evil, that may be negative, that is being set into your direction, intentionally and unintentionally, from you, from others, from the environment that you've been in, and from the situations that you've been in. You're putting that out there, making sure that everything in this universe abides to that, and wherever you go, you will be protected. Not meaning that people will not try to test you, because they always will, but because you have that conviction, everything else will align. Like no matter how many times someone tries to do something to you, it will not work. If you've made it this far into the video, please do not forget to like, to comment, to subscribe, as it helps me make more videos like this, and see you next time.